What's up, everyone? It's Dave here from Profitable.Tools, and welcome back to this series on AI copywriting tools. That's right, copywriting powered by computers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, this video is actually part of a series. I've been reviewing copywriting tools that are powered by a technology called GPT-3. Go back to the first video in this playlist. I'll link to it down below. It explains the tech and how it works. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about an application called Nichess. Now, after this, I'm going to be releasing 2 more videos that are on different applications powered by that same technology. And then finally, this is the important part, the thing that you'll all probably enjoy the most. I'm going to make a final summary video where I take all of the apps that I have reviewed and then give specific recommendations as to which ones I think are a good fit for what type of writer. So stay tuned for that one. Make sure you click the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. All right, without further ado, let's get into the app for today. So just like I did for the writer review, I've actually already generated quite a bit of the output that I need for this video. And I'm just going to be forthright, say that this is probably not the right one for me. It's very, very in a beta phase. You can even tell from the homepage here, you know, they've got their logo. It's just an emoji with like the money on the mouth. There's really no sales page at all. It's just a couple of bullet points using emojis for all of it. So it's trying to have a lighthearted approach. I think it just doesn't really do it for me, either the website or the app. But you know what? I'm going to go through the process and show you what it's capable of so you can make the decision for yourself. So I'm currently a monthly subscriber to Nichess. I want to point out that's Nichess with 3 S's, the last 2 of them being $signs. So I'm currently a monthly subscriber to this app. It's also available as a lifetime deal. I'm going to be canceling my monthly subscription pretty much immediately after making this video, but just know that it is out there if you want to go ahead and grab that. I needed to become a monthly subscriber to unlock all of the features, so that is why I did that for the purpose of making this video. All right, so here's the UI. Let me kind of walk you through it. It does have some unique features, things I haven't seen in any other application. They're just not features for me, and I don't think they're that fleshed out either, to be perfectly honest. But we have different, rather than having these be separate templates, these are different sections, right, that each contain multiple templates. So for example, I typically lead off my reviews with a product description. When I do these AI reviews, I've been doing a product description. So I would go to the product tools down here, and I'm going to see 5 different templates related to product tools: book descriptions, book titles, product descriptions with emojis, which is a fun take on product descriptions, and then product paragraphs, how to use it, product paragraphs, problem, solution, paragraph, which is more of like a sales type of paragraph. And then finally, we have product business tagline generator. So all in all, that was what? I think about 7 different templates there. I might have said 5 earlier. I think that's because you can choose multiple templates and actually have it generate the copy for you all at one time. Now that's helpful, but I found that it actually run into some issues where you might need the input from one template before you can complete the other. So just know that you can generate as many reports as you need if you're a paying client. The trial account limits you to 4 different reports. That's what they call these when you generate copy. This product is calling it a report. Back to the dashboard, I'm going to show you a little bit more around the app before we look at some outputs. So I've got 4 reports generated that are called content plans, 1 document for long form blog posts, and then we've got 2 business reports. So these descriptions are a bit misleading, and we'll get into each one of them in a second, but I just wanted to point out that's the content that I've already generated with Nichess. Now over here on the left, we can see kind of maybe the workflow they want you to go through. So here is the dashboard where you can, start to find your reports or your content plans. Then the next step down is to search Reddit, which just seemed really bizarre to me the first time I opened the app. Like, why would I search Reddit through this app? That doesn't seem like a wise decision. But if you click on it, what they're trying to do here is help you look at the content inside of Reddit and then use that content to come up with a business idea. So the idea is that you could filter by number of subscribers over here. Let's say I wanted to have, a minimum of 25,000 subscribers and, maybe a maximum of under 1 million or something like that. I can go down here, say, okay, here we're at 500,000. That's fine. You can see that these tools are not very easy to manipulate. It would be much nicer if I could just type in a value here, but that's not possible. Then the other filters I have are to filter by not safe for work content. So essentially pornography, right? We don't want to include that in our search. We'll check right here. If for some reason you only want to include that, you have that filter. There's no other way to filter by keyword or anything else really. So I'm not seeing a ton of utility on this search feature of Reddit, but once you find a topic that you want to pursue, let me apply these filters here. We'll get a list of Reddits that are kind of in that smaller category. Okay, so now I've got my filtered list here. I could load more if I like, but the idea is that you would browse through one and then you'd find a possible niche where, let's say, keto recipes. I can click on this. It's going to open up, if I click right over here on the question mark, it's going to open up Reddit. I could browse this subreddit to find out, what are these people all about? And from there, I could go ahead and say, all right, I want to start a business that would cater to people in this audience. So I would select the subreddit and then go over here, hit continue. And now I just have to answer a question. How would I describe the people of these subreddits? I would say these are people who love to eat high-fat foods. And now I can choose what type of product I would like to sell to these people. So I could sell them Amazon products. So that's a little vague to me because Amazon sells everything. I could write a book about it. Sure. I don't want to write a book, but I could make a course on it. I could start an e-commerce store for people who love to eat high-fat foods. Maybe I could have events. I could have gifts. I could have membership sites, a restaurant for those people, a subscription box, or a YouTube channel dedicated to those types of people. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just choose Amazon, close, and how about a membership site? All right, now I'm going to save this niche and generate ideas. So I'm going to give Nichess the credit here that I've never seen another application do any sort of process like this. It's not exactly what I think of when I think of AI copywriting, and we are going to get to that. But the main problem I see here is that ideas are cheap. I don't really ever meet anybody who says, I just don't have any ideas for how to start a business. Most people are the exact opposite. We have too many ideas for businesses that we want to start, and we don't have enough time or dedication to see one or two of those ideas through to fruition. So I don't really see a ton of utility in this tool for myself. If you're the type of person that maybe likes to start 20 or 30 kind of side hustles rather than focusing on one big venture, well, then I guess maybe this would be helpful, but I'd also just caution you to reconsider your priorities, but that's just me. Okay, so here's what it spit out. This is the report that I'm going to review. You can see it says review report. So it gives me the summary of everything I just selected, and then I can open it up. And then using my inputs, it's going to tell me to create an Amazon store that sells high-fat food items. How else would I think of that? Or maybe you could do cookbooks or high-fat food items and kitchen items, or oils, butters, and other high-fat foods, a wide variety of high-fat foods, and high-fat foods again. So you can see here, this is not super useful. If you think about, what keto is, and you think about it for more than a second, you could probably figure out that you could find keto items and then sell it to people who are interested in keto. I mean, that's not really rocket science. Under clothes, it tells me to design a shirt or a sock, which is kind of a weird combination, about hamburgers, steak, cheeseburgers, etc. Bacon, something about high fat, the name of the person or business on it, a t-shirt or sock that contains a nutritional table of fats and its ingredients. So to me, these things are not very helpful at all. It does give you some monetization tips that you could, charge each time you sell something. That would be how you'd monetize this. Membership sites here, they're talking about sharing recipes, motivation, all the normal stuff you think of when you think of like a diet community. You don't really have to go too far outside the box to come up with everything that they provide to you. So then again, you're monetizing this by charging monthly, just not a ton of super helpful info. And I'm starting with this feature because it's honestly probably one of the best parts about this tool. And I want to showcase the uniqueness of it first. After this, in terms of copywriting, it pretty much falls down for me, and it's not really one that I would even consider recommending for someone who's trying to write product descriptions or blog posts or anything like that. It's just too beta. They haven't really, fine-tuned the algorithm or the API connection yet to give you solid, reliable outputs. But that said, I've done the work already, so let me show you what it looks like. Back out to the dashboard, let's go ahead and check out my content plans. So these are the content plans that I generated just a few hours ago as I was learning to use the application. So first of all, I started off with a product description like I've done in every single video thus far. Let's go ahead and view that plan. So I can show you the inputs that I provided it. And from there, these are the outputs that I got. So to show you the inputs, I'm gonna go ahead and click on the little gear icon right here. You can see it's kind of loading funny. There we go. If I hit edit, then I'm going to be able to regenerate. These are all of the inputs that I used. They're the exact same inputs that I've used for all of the other videos that I've created, with the one exception of a short business description. That was a unique question that I've not had in any other products that I've reviewed. So I went ahead and just gave it a short business description. Everything else is exactly the same. As a refresher, the product description that I provided it, so I wrote, learn to start or grow an online business with in-depth tutorials for top software business tools. And then it says, create a website, build an e-commerce store, teach an online course, or optimize your existing traffic with our guidance. That was my simple product description that I wrote. Then I had to generate these full-length product descriptions for me, and you'll see kind of where my disappointment sets in. So the first one here says, how do you build a website that gets results? The first and most important thing you need to do is get a domain name that is memorable, short to type, and easy to remember. Profitable Tools can help you set up the perfect domain name for your website so you can focus on the business. Okay, so this isn't like a terrible paragraph. It's just not related at all to the product description that I provided it. I am not helping people find perfect domain names. I actually would loathe that business. That sounds terrible. But that is the entire article that I got here. So if you go on, some of them are a little bit better. I will say it only gives you 4 outputs at a time. You can generate more, of course, but none of the other ones were really outstanding. So as an example here, learn how to create a website, build an e-commerce store, create an online course, convert leads into sales, and increase traffic and conversions with our actionable step-by-step training. I actually think that my original input was much better than this. This is just like a list of things, right? It might do better if it was just bullet points, but as a product description, it kind of falls down for me. Last example I'll give is right down here where it says, Profitable Tools is your online source for all things e-commerce. So right there, I thought it was gonna go off about e-commerce and all the things I could do to help people with e-commerce, which is kind of, that's what the first sentence starts at. But check out how it actually finishes here. It says it has the highest converting step-by-step online training, ebooks, and comprehensive software for building your own profitable website, e-commerce business, or membership site. So that's pretty weird. It's like, hey, we're the one-stop shop for e-commerce. We could also do membership sites. It's not strong copy, right? It sounds just kind of all over the place. All right, let's look at the rest of the UI here. You're getting a feeling for my disdain for the outputs. They're not as high quality as we've seen in other apps. The rest of the UI has some unique functions. So first we got a big export button up here. I can click on that and download in doc format, TXT, or CSV, which is nice to see. I always like lots of options for exporting. Down here, I just have a little complaint. So this is where you toggle pages to be shareable or not. And so the way it starts by default is like this, where it says locked. Now, when I see the word locked and it's green like this, I think, okay, I can't edit any of this text because it's locked, right? But that's not what they mean. They mean private. So they need to update the text here. I think, and I honestly don't know, I haven't dug in to find out who started this company, but my guess is they're probably not native English speakers, which means that they're not going to get little things like this where locked doesn't make sense at all in this context. Private does. It also goes to show why maybe they're not going to produce the best output of sales copy, right? Because they're not able to know what an English speaking, or at least an American, would assume is good sales copy, or that an audience in America would receive as good sales copy. So it may just be a language barrier thing here. I don't know, but this is kind of the little signal that made me think, So the sharing, again, is related to this over here. So again, you could probably just move this over underneath the share button. If I click this when it's locked, I'm going to get this screen here. It says private content. As soon as I toggle that, I can refresh the page, and now I'm able to share this page with someone on my team, a potential client, something like that. It says in total, we have 4 pieces of content to go over. Let's dive in. So then I've got the 4 content down here, and you're already seeing this giant orange bar that's asking for your email address. I find this super tacky if I'm sharing my content don't try to use it as a lead magnet to get people to sign up for your newsletter. It's going to be confusing if you use it with clients. It's going to be annoying if you use it with teammates. It's just like, even if they did it more subtly, maybe that would be okay. But man, this giant, super bright color, it's too much for me. Besides that, I don't really have any features here to give any feedback on the copy. I can't vote anything up or down. I can't edit it. I can't copy it other than just selecting it and copying it. I can't give it a heart or a like or anything like that. So in terms of collaborative features, there's just not much inside of this tool. Okay, but let's look at some other content. How about the AIDA formula? I like using the AIDA formula to demonstrate the quality of AI. In this case, it was a little bit disappointing. Let's go ahead and check this out. All right, so here is the first piece of content that I generated. Usually what I like to do here, if you've seen the other videos, I go over the attention as well as the action section. So the attention being your headline, the call to action being like your buy button. So the attention here that they gave me on the first one says, after you join, you'll receive 5 of our best training courses for free. The first thing that came to mind here would be is if you went up to someone that you were interested in dating and you said to them, after we're married, I'm going to give you 5 houses. That's kind of weird, right? That would definitely be off-putting. After you join is the headline. So, not strong copy there at all. Would not save me any time. All right, the call to action here, join Profitable Tools now. I mean, you don't really need AI to generate that for you. But does it get better? Let's find out. With Profitable Tools, you'll learn the art of creating a website, selling courses, and bringing in online revenue. So that one's not as bad, but you definitely want to shorten it. So you'd say something like, learn the art of creating a website, selling courses, and bringing in online revenue. That could be your headline. You could get rid of this first part and you'd end up in better shape. The call to action here, sign up for Profitable Tools to learn how to make a website. Okay, it's slight improvement over just join Profitable Tools. This one here, obviously garbage, internet marketing, instant ban here, learn how to make money online. Anytime you say that, you're going into the spam box, you're getting blocked by the social media networks. Don't say learn how to make money online. Then the last one here they gave me is, if you want to build a site but don't know where to start, this is the right place for you. Again, better than the first couple examples, but just needs to be shortened to be, a little bit punchier. You could say something as short and punchy as, want to build a website, don't know where to start, keep reading. That's the idea with a headline in the AIDA formula, to get you to go through the entire process. So by the end, you actually want to take action. You want to buy something. You want to take the next step. You want to go down the funnel. All right. So not super great results in terms of the output on the sales AIDA formula. Next, I asked it to generate some blog titles for me. And here are the inputs that I gave it. Again, exactly the same as I've used in all of the other videos. Literally just copied and pasted the exact same contents in. Learn to build a website, create an e-commerce store, sell an online course, and optimize your existing traffic. Those are the keywords that I wanted to write blog posts about. And here's what I got on the other side. What tools are the best to help you build an online business? How to start a successful online business? How to start an online business step by step? Learn to build a website, website builder, software review. So those are the first 4 that I got. I did generate a bunch more here. How to launch a blog that makes money, just Profitable Tools, how to build an online business that generates at least $1,000 a month in passive income with no website, no product, and no email list. That sounds like something from Internet Marketing 2001, super sleazy sounding, and probably would not do too well these days, but you never know. It is definitely the most internet marketing of all of the headlines that it generated. Then we've got how to turn your skills into a lucrative business, how to make money online, and do you know how to use the free software? All right, so you get the point. This next one here, I won't even bother reading. It's way too long. It's like going into a paragraph. Not super stellar blog title generators, especially in comparison to the other tools that we've seen. All right, let's look at one more template here. This is the blog post intro. I've also got the blog post outline on the same report. So again, you can kind of condense these. If you're going into the tools section where you're going to blogs, you can go ahead and say, all right, I want you to make a blog post title, and then I also want you to make an intro at the same time. The problem is when doing this, it's asking for the title of the post inside of the intro. So it would be nice here if they queued up steps like we've seen in some of the other apps, where it generates the titles first and then lets you use that title to go into the intro. Now you might be saying, but you can, if you're already using this, you're saying, Dave, you're just not doing it right. Well, I'm running into issues even when I try to quote unquote do it right, because what you can do is you can run this title generator first, which I actually already did. And then when it asks for the title of the post, you can fill it in. However, when I click fill and I'm seeing all of my titles that I generated, that, I did like 12 of them, they're all the same. I'm only seeing 3. I got profitable tools, they're not even the ones they generated. This is my inputs are showing up here. So not super helpful. Click on it, it just fills in there. It doesn't like go to the report or anything like that. So that feature is not working right. All right, back into the already generated plan that I've got. So I ended up selecting one of the titles that they gave me, which was how to create engaging videos for your business. I thought it was not half bad. And so I had it write an intro based on that title. It says, people pay big money for services to help them market themselves. Their goal is to stand out from their competition by creating engaging content that will get attention. Unfortunately, most of the advice out there is either outdated, wrong, or unnecessary. That is why we created Profitable Tools. You see that this is a sales pitch. It's not a blog post intro. It's saying our goal will help you to create engaging videos that will get results. We'll show you the most effective ways to do that so that you can create content that is engaging and produces results. This is not an intro to a blog post. This is an intro to buying my services. So an intro to a blog post, what I expect here is talking about what are the steps you need to go through to make quality videos, right? That's what this is about. The outlines kind of suffer from other faults. You can see that they just gave me a list here without using any formatting at all, right? So I got number 1 and number 2 on the same line, number 3 and number 4 on the same line, just kind of making it hard to read. And then the angles that they take with it are not very helpful either. So same subject, how to create an engaging video for your business. So number 1 is to create an engaging video. So that's not helpful. 2 is to share your videos on social media. 3 is to sell your videos online. And 4 is to use videos to improve your brand. So kind of just garbage, right? You can't use this for anything. There's a couple of good ones. They take like, different takes at things. So like this one down here is more about the technology. So what technology do you need to create videos, or what products should you invest in to create engaging videos for your business? Tripod, microphone, lighting, recording, editing. You could use that as a potential layout for a blog, but it's not really related to the original subject now, is it? So we're kind of modifying our topic to fit our outline that was generated by a computer. The second one here is what I felt was the best. So it's what I was going to base a long form blog post on. So the steps are planning for your video, what to include in your video, what types of videos to make, and the call to action. Not super strong, but I just felt like it was the best one here. I want to point out, because I haven't mentioned the other templates, that you can favorite things here, right? So I'm just not sure where they go when I favorite them. I can see all of my generated content over here, but I don't really see a way to like filter out just my favorited ones. So I can favorite things, but how do I get back to them, I guess, is my problem. All right, back on track. Let's go over to the blog section. I've got a document that I'm going to start creating here under documents. And it's based on that concept of how to create videos for your business. And what I did is I just pasted in all of the bullet points, and then I kind of formatted them and made them bold so that I could easily see, what things are going to look like. You see, I got some garbage output here. And then I actually wrote this, because the way this document editor works is that you write a little bit and then it writes a little bit. So you can see I have to get to 102 total words before I can use their content generation. I will point out, it says it's an early stage. Clearly, this is a very beta product from beginning to end, but the document editor here is even more beta than the rest of the tool. So, I've got like my article title up here. There's no formatting available. I can't make this an H1 or anything like that or really make it stand out. But I've got, these headlines that I brought in from my outline, and I just reorganized them, and I changed the last one from call to action to go make your video. So our first section would be what types of videos to make. And I wrote, it's hard to decide what types of videos to make for your business. You need to find a balance between videos that are helpful and ones that generate qualified leads for your business. At this point, I wanted the AI to write something, but when I tried, it just wouldn't work. Let's see, I'll try right now. Now it needs me to write 41 more words. So maybe if I delete this, I can kind of trick it. No, that's not working. So I got an error. You saw that gobbledygook that came out, and now I can't get it to write anything else on my behalf. what I'm gonna do is just copy this into a new document, and I'll probably be able to use the AI generator from there. No one wants to do this stuff. All right, let's do a new one. I'll call this blog 2. Give it a description. Blog 2, you have to give it a description. And I'm gonna paste in what I wanted to start with. And now it says I can generate text. So, I mean, if I could do it here, why couldn't I do it there? But then the way this works is you select the text that you wrote, and then you go to these little stars right here, and it should generate some new text for you. You can see the selection. You can see what language you're outputting in. You want to change it, you can. I'm gonna leave it as the default. And now it took me out of that. Let's go ahead. And then down here, it says choose an inline tool. The only one I see is that generic autocompleter. It's the only choice I have. It is currently loading something here at the top. And let's see what outputs we get. It just says the document was saved. And now I need to get to 80 words to generate more. So it's definitely really, really buggy. I did get it to write like one line for me at one point, but it wasn't even related to the heading, right? So it was just kind of like about creating engaging videos again. It wasn't related to what types of videos you can make or took any consideration into like what I wrote up here. So it was just starting over essentially. So not very helpful at all. So that's gonna do it. What else do I have to say? This app just is not for me. Now I'm not seeing the value in it, but if you're already using it and you love it, definitely leave me a comment down below. Let me know what I'm missing here because I don't want to misrepresent a tool. I just feel like this is way too beta actually to give them any money, especially a monthly recurring fee. I know they are available as a lifetime deal as well, but I don't even think it's worth that, to be quite honest. So that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you get subscribed because I do have more videos coming out related to copywriting as well as other things beyond that because I'm almost done with this series and we're going to start talking about some more WordPress related things coming up shortly after that. I also have an email newsletter. You can get subscribed down below, join the Facebook group. And if you're going to buy any software for your company, you can use my links down below. That will kick us back a little bit of money over here at the channel, help support the work that I am doing. If you appreciate it, you want to support me, you can click. It doesn't cost you anything extra. If not, I totally get that too. It's going to do it for this review. May your conversion rates be high, and I'll see you in the next one.